So this is the euro dollar analysis for Wednesday, the 1st of November. Now let's just have a look what happened on the 31st of October. So on the 31st of October, this is pretty much the 31st of October was there. We did see a bit of a we did see prices trade within a bit of a range. We have not seen any decisiveness in the market. Overall, we are operating in the shadow of this strong bearish move to the downside, and we did put a 50%. We did put a Fibonacci from there to the bottom of the swing here. We do have a 50% in around this 117.10. So if we do see prices retrace all the way up to 117.10, we're going to be looking for possibly short signals for trades all the way back down to this 116.12. Now we could turn around where we are now, as we do seem to have, even though we do have a bit of a recovery, it does seem weak at present, as you can see here. And we have a degree of indecisiveness in the market. The bulls have not taken hold of the market, as can be seen due to the, if you look at the size of the candles in comparison to the move to the downside over here, we've got pretty small candles. They're quite indecisive, not much of a trend. Small moves to the upside, and the retracements all the way back down as well. We're not respecting the 20 period moving average, which is a quicker moving average here on the charts in red. So the indecisiveness of the market indicates that the market participants are waiting for likely a fundamental catalyst, which will likely come from the FOMC, where we could see further selling momentum. If we do have an upside move, we do expect it to be limited, as we are operating in the shadow of a dovish ECB. So this 117.10. We've also got this 200 period moving average coming down towards that 117.10 as well. Could further add confluence. And we've also got 17.28. I can't anticipate prices trading above or closing above the 117.28, as that would negate the downside momentum that we saw in light of the ECB's dovishness. So overall, we are expecting the market to head downwards, even though we are seeing a bit of a recovery, a bit of a dead cat bounce at the moment. Now, to the downside, the very next level we're looking at on this chart here is the 115. We do expect to see 116.12 broken at some point, so we might come back down, test it, have a retracement back up to that 50% Fibonacci, and this significant level in around 17.10 before we come back down. We're expecting prices to break down towards the 115 in the next couple of weeks or so. Might even get down there this week, depending on the fundamentals that come out. We do have NFP on the non-farm payrolls on Friday, and that's a US dollar. Well, it should affect US dollar pairings, really. So we got a strong NFP, a bit of a bounce back, because surprisingly, we had a very poor one last month, and that was in the shadow of the recent hurricanes and so on. So we've got a strong NFP coupled with the weak, the dovishness from the ECB. We could see prices get all the way down to this 115 level, possibly even beyond that, down to 114.28 by the end of the week. Now, I think that should wrap up the. We've had a look at the key levels to the upside and the downside on the execution time frame. So just going to have a quick look at the weekly time frame, see how we're trading so far this week. So let's just get a scale on here correct. So we've had a very strong candle last week, closing near the lows. Very strong bearish candle, closing beneath both the 20 period moving average and the 200 period moving average here on the weekly time frame. We did see a bit of a recovery here on Monday, which is not unusual after seeing a big move near the end of a week. We usually have a bit of a dead cat bounce, a bit of consolidation, range bound trading before we get further continuation on the for the rest of the week. To be honest, I was expecting the continuation to start today on Tuesday, but surprisingly enough, we did consolidate for a bit longer than I expected. I expected this sort of momentum to come back into the market. Probably not on Monday, as we do tend to have reversals on a Monday. Small reversals, dead cat bounces, and then we get the selling momentum that continues into Tuesday, Wednesday, in the week after a big move. So at present, we are in bullish territory on the week so far. The week which beginning on the 30th of October. So we are still in bullish territory, but we do expect a further breakdown in prices beneath the 116.12. Overall, the trend on the weekly time frame, we could say, is still to the upside, and we've had a series of higher lows. We've had a bit of a pullback at the moment, but at present, we are just operating in the shadow of this large bearish candle, and we have closed between the. We've mentioned where we've closed below the moving averages. So for there to be a shift in momentum on this weekly time frame, we would have to see further selling momentum to the downside, which will take a couple of weeks or so. But overall, on the weekly, we are still in a bullish territory despite coming off the highs in around this 120 level, but we are operating in shadow of a very strong candle from last week. So we're just going to have a look at the daily time frame before we wrap up the analysis for here on the euro dollar. So on this euro dollar, as you can see here, we're just going to grab the pen just quickly. So we had our tops in around this 120 region. We've had a bit of a double top just here in around this 118.60s, and we've had the strong bearish candle there. We're going to use pretty much, we can use this strong bearish candle from the sell-off from the 118.30, which was a very significant level, and the fact that we have got the dovish ECB. This candle has been referenced until we close above, trade above and close above the highs of 1830. I suppose overall we are expecting further downside momentum. We have found support in around this 116.12, but we are expecting those prices to break and see a move down to this 115, and we've already mentioned the other levels below. So we are still operating in the shadow of this bearishness. We've had a high there, we've had a higher high, and we've had a lower high as well, coupled with a double top over here. So we are expecting prices to go down. Yep, so that should wrap up the euro dollar analysis. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.